check 1, 2. Can you hear me now? Am I on? I'm not seeing myself. All right, guys. Here I am. All right, we're up. Okay, first thing I want to talk about, if you guys have been around, you all know that I just filed for the second EIDL loan of round 2. Okay, good. I just filed for the second loan, round 2 of the EIDL. We saw the system working easier when, with the first round, without, before all the politics were involved. It was before the politics came in and infected the SBA PPP regulations, and then it became a much harder endeavor to get the EIDL loans in round 2, which we're seeking to get right now. Hold on one second, guys. Let me just lift this up. So I'll be taking your questions here shortly. Hey, T. Carlson, it's good to see you, bro. I was denied. I put in my application and I got denied. I did not expect that. Well, I can't say I didn't expect it. It's not a shock to me that I got denied, but it's kind of good. Any word on that second round of SBA and PPP? Yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about, everyone. We're going to be talking about that second round today. Hello, Tweez Lamar and Dr. Malade Fanfaron. I have to admit, hey, Samir, it's good to see you, brother. I have to admit, when I filed for the reconsideration for the second round of PPP, which is available to those out there who qualify now, I have to admit, I was laxed on it. I probably could have given them more information than I did. I thought I gave them enough. I thought I gave them enough information. It's good to see you too, Samir. Long time no see. We're going after the Zionists, my friend. Anyway, Dr. Malade Fanfaron is still in reconsideration in round 1. Okay, well, that's good news for you. Today, a friend of mine who may be on here a little bit later was just finally given his round 1 reconsideration that he's been through for the last 4 months. You guys might know Darren DiNapoli. He might be on here tonight. He should be getting his loan now. He just got, and he's been going through reconsideration for about 4 months. So that's good news for you, Dr. Malade, that there are people out there that are coming around and getting their money now, or at least getting the approval. Finally, things are fitting for the first rounders. However, for the second rounders, such as myself, I just got declined. Who is offering PPP at this time? There are some big lenders out there that are still going for the big banks. For smaller businesses, it's going to be nearly impossible for us to get that second round of PPP right now because the forgiveness, once again, is off the table. And most of us have not gotten that forgiveness application. Whereas these bigger companies, they're getting the forgiveness applications because they're getting millions and millions of dollars that are PPP funded, and they're dipping into the pot first before us little guys get a shot at it. It's almost it's an ugly thing. It sucks for us, but right now the second time PPP, you will be able to get your second time PPP money as soon as you get your forgiveness application signed. Still in round 1 reconsideration since April 7th. Good news for you too as well, Chuck Parkinson, is that if Darren DiNapoli comes on tonight, he can even guide you through a few things because we went through it together. He's been on it for 4 months. He's been going through this first round of the EIDL loan, and he will be getting it. He should be getting it now. He just emailed me today, a very good email. It was a pleasurable email that, hey, finally, he said, I should be getting my loan. They fixed a few things in my application. I'm hoping to get it next week now. So it was a positive sign for somebody who's been not seeing anything positive for the last 4 months. And boy, he's kept his head on straight. He's been tough. He's been handling throughout it. Maybe we'll see him online and he can give you a little bit of encouragement there too for you, Chuck Parkinson, and as well as you, Dr. Malade Fanfaron. Good evening, Jay Simon. He said, and Jay Simon says, great evening, my brother. I have a 615 score, and on reconsideration, I was denied again. I don't quite understand. Well, Jay Simon, I was wondering, a 615 should be good enough for a loan. You can go back and try to boost it up on Experian Boost and get a little bit higher on your reconsideration. But yeah, a lot of people are not quite understanding the reconsideration denials right now, such as myself. I don't know if you all saw my last video, but I put in for reconsideration for a second round. Since they're saying the money's out there, $135 billion available, why not go in and dip again if it's time? So I did. I dipped again, and they got back with me and said, no, we're not giving you any money. You did not give us enough information. They said, you did not give us enough new information. My bad. Maybe I didn't. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get them more new information, maybe a little bit more detailed of the information I gave them. I gave them all my recent information, but maybe not in the detail that they wanted to. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to go give it to them in detail, and I'm going to walk you guys through on how I am doing that, how I am going to be giving them the detailed information and what steps I am taking in order to get my second round of my loan extended and increased and modified, which is what we're looking to do, which you guys who got one round or are going for one round, hopefully if you've been declined for the last 5 or 6 months or 4 months or whatever, and you've been in reconsideration for the last 4 or 6 months, well, you're going to need to be reimbursed with that. You're going to need to ask for a little bit more money than you were asking to begin with. So if you were approved 4 months ago for $5,000, well, that was 4 months ago, and you're going to need a little bit more than that now because the time has gone further, and hopefully with a reconsideration, now that they're haven't given you any money yet, they need to give you a little bit more instead of giving it to you twice in the long term. So hopefully it works out to your benefit. Mika, yes, T. Carlson, it's infuriating, it's frustrating, and it just downright sucks. But what can we do? We're here together, and we will learn from we'll find out what they're doing, and we'll fix it. We'll make it right. We'll make them get it right for us. Mecca Edorn, my portal is saying declined, but when I called the SBA, they say that's not showing declined on their end. It's been pending since July. Oh, okay. So if your portal is saying declined, the portal, just because it's grayed out, I don't know if it's just because you can't get back into the portal, because once you sign into the portal, you can't get back into the portal. It won't let you, even if you've been approved. So if it's not saying that you're declined in the portal, if it doesn't actually say the words declined, then you're probably not declined yet. However, you need to get back with you need to call up the SBA. I'm going to be calling the SBA tomorrow, everybody. I'll be calling the SBA tomorrow, and I will be chatting with them live. Not live, I'm sorry, but I will be chatting with them so I can bring it to you. I will be recording it so that I can bring it to you and answer some questions that we are all asking about these loans and why are we not getting them. Chuck Parkinson, thumbs up. Anjanya. Hey, what's up, Anjanya? It's good to see you tonight, honey. Hope everything is well. And Janya said they asked me for a voided check, and I sent them account verification on the account, and I don't have checks. Then you don't need checks. If you've got an account number, which would be a check number, that should be sufficient. You might want to call them up, get on the horn with them, and say, look, I don't have any voided checks. I can't send you a voided check. Unless you can go to the bank, shoot up the street and grab some checks and shoot them one that's voided. I mean, if there's any way possible at all that you can get them a voided check, you should try to. But if you can't, you got to call them up and give them a bank account number and say, I don't have a voided check for such and such a reason. BMB, hello. What if you got denied for the first round of PPP loan, but got a small EIDL? Can I apply for the second round PPP or increase in the EIDL? Yeah, you can apply for, if you've got denied for the first round of PPP loan, lenders, you can get denied by more than one lender. This is going to BMB. You can fill out PPP, any PPP lender that is taking loans right now, which is hard to find because now they're skipping back and forth to whether they're going to be doing what they said they were going to do. But if you can find a PPP lender, you can fill out more than one application. You can get denied by one, you can get denied by 10 and get approved by another one. So with PPP loans, you're going through different lenders. You can shoot out as many of those as you would like. Of course, they're all going to be checking your credit, and it could bump, do some things to your credit that might not be as good as you would like them. It can knock your scores down. But in the process, you can do as many PPP loans as you would like until hopefully you can finally get it approved. And also go to Experian.boost, Experian to boost your credit score up as well. And you can apply for the second round of EIDL. Yes, you can apply for that if you've gotten one already. If you've got an EIDL loan, you can put in a letter for PDC reconsideration and apply for a second round of an increase / modification of your previous loan. So say you got $20,000, you can apply for an increase. You would not per se, I want another $20,000, blah, blah, blah. You would just say, I would ask for an increase at this time. You would send them some new information on your business, on some numbers. Maybe they went down. Maybe they stayed the same as, just maybe things aren't good. Maybe this is your payroll. But as I was saying right now, I applied last week on a Friday for EIDL loan round 2. I put it in reconsideration on Monday of this week. I was denied for the second round increase due to the fact that I did not give them enough new information. I knew I didn't. I kind of knew I didn't. It's not like I poured out all my information on them and said, here's my information, get me a loan. It's not like I really tried so hard. But that was the beauty of the first one. I didn't have to really try so hard. None of us did. We put in our simple application, and we either got the loan or we got put into the portal, and then we had to go through the hoops and ladders later. But as of right now, I am stuck in my second increase starting Monday. Now, I was not approved, which can be a good thing, because now I can take you guys through this. If you get declined, here's the steps that I'm taking that are going to get me approved. So here's the steps that you can take, and hopefully you can lay this out on a platter for you guys out there that have been declined, and get you the information that will be sure to work, be sure to get this money for your business, for your families, for your homes. I understand how important this is. I really do. As a family man, as a businessman, as a small business owner, a legitimate owner who is not have seen a decrease as no fault of my own, I know how you feel, and I am going to try and help you as much as I can to get this money that you deserve. Anyway, did you get your mower? No, she didn't. I'm sick over it. She didn't get her mower. Oh, not yet. Thanks. Oh, you're welcome, Mika Odorn. Thank you for watching. Hopefully we can help. T. Carlson, you can get your routing number and account number online. Then just say check 101. Bingo. Good information there, T. Carlson. Thank you very much. And Johnny, the mowers are in $3,000 level. It's a waste to buy something plastic. Laugh out loud, mower. Yes, I agree. Especially in Florida, you got to have a good mower. T. Carlson, I get it, Janya. Have you looked to see if there's any way you can get one with 0% interest and pay it every month? That's a good idea. BMB. Oh, okay, thanks. I didn't know that I had only applied once. PPP didn't check credit, but EIDL did. PPP denied inconsistency on app. They did say what the they didn't say what the inconsistency were. And that's the problem with BMB. That's the problem, is they're saying they're giving us pointers as to what was the inconsistency, but they're not giving us details as to how we can fix it. So that's why we'll be calling up the SBA tomorrow and asking them specific questions to get specific answers so that we can fill out the second round of PPP correctly the first time and get the money that we need to get extended on our increase for a modification of our EIDL loan. And Ahmed El-Harani. Ahmed, I'm sorry I'm butchering your name. Ahmed El-Harari. El-Harari. Ahmed, I'm just going to call you Ahmed. Ahmed says, I got 1K grant, and 13K loan. I'm eligible for round 2. Question mark. May I apply for another loan? We can apply for another increase. Ahmed, right now, Carranza came out with it, and she said that the money is there for those of us who need to go back and dip into the well. there is $135 billion still left that will be issued to the small businesses. You can go and apply for another increase modification to your EIDL loan. So basically, it's PDC at reconsideration.gov. Okay, that's all you need to know. I can put it in the little link down there below for you, and you're just going to write them a letter. Actually, if you want to go to my video that I made a few days ago on writing a reconsideration loan for EIDL round 2. That's what we're talking about here, is the EIDL round 2. Ding, ding, ding. And we will try getting that together. If you get denied the first time, don't be too shocked. I just got denied. And if I got denied and I gave them pretty good information, I could have given them more. Yes, I could. I would rather give them a little less information than they're asking than more information than they need. I've always heard give the government as little information as possible. And I'm going to stick with that one. And there you go, Matt. I just put the email down there below, the reconsideration. It's PDC at reconsideration at SBA. pdc.reconsideration@sba.gov. It's a very simple email. You're just going to go on there and watch that video that I just made the other day, and that should help you through it. Samir SF. Sometimes it depends on the ARNT is looking at your app. Yes, it always. Yes, it does. And I bet your same application with a different agent, you may get approved. And Samir just put up a very good point there for everybody else. He goes on to say, Samir goes on to say, the agent who looked at your application, he was having a bad day, I guess. Yep, and you're absolutely right. I totally get that, and that's totally true. We could have an agent, an 18-year-old kid looking at our application. It's his first day on the job, and he doesn't know exactly what to do with our application. And like Samir said, he might have just had a bad day. And they're not giving us an increase because you didn't give me enough information, and I'm just going to click it and go to the next one and go to and fill up my quotas for the day. I'm going to get to more emails to the day. It makes me look good. But that it happens. I get that. And if that's what happened to me as far as being declined, then I'll accept that. And I'll go back and I will give them more information, and it can go in front of somebody else later. So we need to continue pushing forward. If we feel like we need more money for our business, people, we're going to keep fighting for that money for our business. And that's how I feel. I feel like I need more money for my business. I think we all do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call them up tomorrow, get more information, and give that information directly to you guys, so that when you're filling out your information, or if you're going through a reconsideration, this is going to give you more artillery in your bag to use to get your loan. And here's the deal too. They know that if they make it harder than it needs to be, 95%, maybe even more than that, 99% of you or us are going to stop trying. And once we stop trying, they don't have to pay. They don't have to go through the hassle, and we don't get our money, and we have to go find it somewhere else and try to dig our fingers into something else. But right now, we need it from them. We need this support from the government. It's a political infestation right now that happened, and we're hoping to get through it easier than what they're making it. And it should be, because I think we're all going through enough right in here with our families and our businesses, going through COVID-19 together, and we've seen our businesses crumble. Now we're just trying to get back on solid ground here for our eligible businesses. So, Samir, thank you. That was good information from Samir. And Janya Carlson, I applied for the SBA with a 614 score credit not long this time. This loan would have raised my credit, also the machine down and out. So they didn't me, but tell me the grant on its way. Yep, that's something we've all been going through with you here, Janya, and our prayers are with you, and we're praying that you can get, hopefully we get Darren Dinopoli on here. He had some good news. And so it is happening. People are still getting approved now. Affiliate Power Source, what's happening, brother? How you been, man? Long time no see. Actually, it hadn't been that long. Hopefully all is well with you, affiliate. Hopefully all is going well. And hopefully we can get some more money in your pockets. And Johnny, I need a $750 to $800 to get a no interest loan. Yeah, that's not going to be easy. If you have to bump up your credit score 150 points That's going to take money. It takes money to get a great credit score. It takes more money, and the only way we can get more money is if we can get this loan, bump our credit, and everybody knows how that works. We're all businessmen and women. Samir says, because people have been reporting with the 700 credit scores and been denied, and a 540 score and get approved. And that's the whole key. That's what we're just not understanding from the SBA at this point in time, and we need clarity for that, and we're looking to get some. A lot of it has to do with how long you've been in business, how much paperwork, how well you keep your papers, how well you are at bookkeeping on your business, and we get it. And they're making it harder and harder as time goes along. And see, Hassan, good evening. I got my first EIDL. I applied for an increase almost 2 months ago. I have not heard from them yet. What should I do, please? Thank you, and be safe out there. Good evening. Got my first EIDL and applied for an increase about 2 months ago. All right, well, if you applied for your first increase about 2 months ago, Hassan, you should have gotten a letter back as to why you were declined or denied your increase or your modification. So what you want to do is, if you haven't gotten that letter back, is go ahead and put in another reconsideration letter to them and asking them where what the story is, and tell them what you just told us. I put in for an increase 2 months ago in your letter, and I haven't heard back from you. Could I please get a response? And then they should be getting back to you. You should have gotten an email back from them already. Mandy Private. So we are not getting grants at all. I never received a penny of mine. They told me that I could get the grant, and then they ran out of funds a week later. Okay, so if you applied before, the cutoff, July 11th, Mandy, if you applied before July 11th, you'll get your $1K per employee after the stimulus package is passed. And the grants will be given out again to the one. Right now, as it stands, $1K per employee. But what they're trying to push is the full $10,000 per business. So we're wondering what's going on with that as well. There's a lot of people in the same boat as you, Mandy. But your best bet right now is if you applied before July 11th, that the stimulus package goes through. And once the stimulus package goes through, you look on that and say, okay, was the EIDL in there for the $50 billion that was supposed to go through? And they're keeping that in there. Both the Democrats and the Republicans saying that's cool. It's kind of like the PUA and the PUAC. It's cool. We're keeping this in there. We're keeping the funds in there for that. So you'll get that money when the next stimulus check passes, Mandy. At least $1K per employee. We're hoping it goes up to the $10K that was supposed to be delivered to each and every eligible business in the beginning, but right now it's not there. Will it be? Maybe. We'll have to wait and see when the stimulus package passes. So that's where you're at with that, Mandy. You're waiting for the next stimulus package to pass to get your money, but you will get that grant. If you didn't get any at all, you'll get $1K per employee, at least. Jose Perez, and they'll just send that through the portal to you, or they may ask you to do a reapplication, but I don't think they will. More than likely, it's just going to be sent to you, and they'll take care of that as it goes. So hopefully that helps. Jose Perez, boss, I got approved for 15 grand. Should I contact them to tell them I never received my 10K grant, so I only owe 5,000? Now that's not kind of how that's not working quite that way. If you got approved for 15 grand that was a loan. Your grant, you should have either gotten 1,000 per employee, or if you didn't check the box, they wouldn't have given you anything. And what you'll be getting for the grant so far, that will be different. It's a wholly different beast, but you still got to pay back the $15,000 as you were told that you had to for now. If you contacted them and told them that you didn't receive your grant and you can't pay it, they might have a problem with that. They might have a problem with that. I'm sure they would have a problem with that. But yeah, that's not how that's working out, Perez. I wish. Brooks Bolton, I'm a one-person business, owner, realtor, and tax preparer. I've gotten the 1K grant, but I applied for the EIDL loan, but I haven't heard a thing from them from the EIDL loan. What should I do? Brooks Bolton, you should call them up. They have a number. You should just call their number and talk to somebody. Have your application number with you. you can give them a call tomorrow. They're when I called them up the other day, when I called up the SBA, I was surprised at how fast they answered my phone call. And they said that they're much better staffed now to take phone calls. But it's a simple call to find out where your application is and where it stands. You just need to have your application number with you when you call them. I'm going to put the numbers in there for you. If I can copy it. I'm going to put two numbers in there. One is the first tier, the second, and the other is the second tier. You can try both numbers. This one's going up right there. That's for the SBA. That's for Brooks Bolton. Just give them a shout. Give them a call tomorrow. Have your application number with you. Yeah, you should have heard back from them. It depending on how long it's been. If it's only been a month, maybe it can take longer than that. But normally, if it's been been anywhere over a month, yeah, give them a call. If it's been under a month, then you're right at the cusp. If it's been like 14 days, yeah, it could take up to a month. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of help. T. Carlson. Jose Perez, I'm not trying to pay $15K if I was supposed to get 10. Yeah, no, we are all hoping that goes through, that we do get that 10K grant for the EIDL. But as it sits right now, it was a hoax, people. It was a hoax. But we're trying to get that pushed through. It's looking like it could go through. It looks like we could get that. But if that happens and you do get that 10K, then you can throw that 10K on top of that 15 grand if you wanted to, Jose. T. Carlson, here's my question. Why apply for an EIDL grant at 3.75% interest rate rather than PPP grant at 1%? Yeah, no. If you can get the PPP at 1%, then you sure definitely do that. What I've been hearing about the EIDL grant is a lot of people are rolling that EIDL grant over into a PPP loan at 1%. That they're going to be allowing you to take the EIDL and move it over into a PPP 1% loan. But you're right. Why take the 3.75%? Because it's easier as well. It's not supposed to be based on credit scores. It's supposed to be an easier gambit than is the PPP. The PPP goes through a more extreme process, is what they're saying. But if you can get the PPP at 1%, you definitely go for that. If you can get both, you can go for both. Because even at 3.75%, that's very low for a lot of business owners to have a cash loan. Samir SF, I'm going to apply by mail, but you're absolutely right. If you can just do PPP, just do PPP. Samir says, I'm going to apply by mail for an increase, and I had this idea in my head. Maybe it's going to work. I'm going to include my picture crying with the application. What do you think? Absolutely. I think that's it, Samir. I think that's it. I think Samir is onto something. If we could all do that, we could all get a group picture together of us all crying and just is bawling our eyes out and showing some pictures of some maybe dirty kids laying around that look like they haven't eaten in days, and then we can send that picture with our application. I think we should have the picture of the dirty kids too in there, Samir. What do you think? Who knows now, man? Hey, what's up, Darren Denopoli? Hey, guys. What's up, Brooks Bolton? Yes, and Brooks Bolton, thank you. Yes, Brooks. Thank you, Brooks, for watching. And Darren Denopoli, it's good to see you, my friend. Jose Perez, thank you. Oh, Darren Denopoli. Been going through the system. I just got your email, Darren. So is that good news? I believe it is. I believe Darren Denopoli is going to finally, after 4 months of hoops and ladders and going through everything it takes and more, he has been through the ringer. What's up, Darren? Darren has been through the ringer to try to get he's been through how many reconsideration letters? How many senators? He has called senators. I have called senators for him. There's a lot of people on this channel who have called senators for Darren. We've left messages to his senators. We have we made a video just specifically for Darren. because he was getting screwed by these people so bad that it was just hitting our hearts. It was hitting our hearts. But how's it going, Darren? Darren, do you have some good news for us? Do you have some good news for us? I hope so. Good news would be great right now. Sorry about that. Yes. All right. Well, I believe Darren is finally getting his loan. Finally. 4 months into this, guys. Maybe even more than that. It's been sad faces emojis for the last 4 months with Darren, but not anymore. Not anymore. There was a light at the end of his tunnel. The light at the end of his tunnel was called Keep Fighting Light. He never gave up, and he never cried about it like Samir wants to do. Samir, you want to go crying, right? Well, I agree with that. I would go crying with Samir too. I think that might work too. But Darren didn't cry. He kept on keeping on, sticking to it, and he should be getting his loan now after 4 months later. So people who are out there saying, I haven't gotten my loan in so long, we have a success story among us, hopefully. And they have filled out all the paperwork, and they have gotten all the T's crossed and all the I's dotted, and way to go, Darren. Way to go. You deserve it, buddy. You deserve it. See you, son. One more question, please. I'm self-employed. I got the loan for $1,000 in the $1,000 employee. Am I getting another $9,000 employee when they will pass the relief package? As of right now, you're definitely, the people who didn't get the 1K per employee will get the 1K per employee. As far as, because they changed that rule in the middle of the game and they still haven't changed it back. They're supposed to change it back, and they're supposed to implement the money back into the SBA, which they're giving another $50 billion for us, for the EIDL grant, which is a beautiful thing to see. Once we do that, once we get the EIDL grant in there, then we will go to read the particulars about the case to find out if we do get our 10K. Did we fight hard enough? Did they give it to us? Are we going to get this? I think there's a possibility that we are getting this. And so you would get it then. But until we know the particulars, see us on, I can't promise you that we will. So right now we just got to hope that we fought hard enough, and that the Congress fought hard enough for us, and our senators fought hard enough for us. We'll find out. Miriam Tall. I applied for reconsideration to get additional money. Oh, good, Marion. I applied for reconsideration to get additional money as well. And a lot of you here know I got declined. I was denied on Monday for my reconsideration. Oh, the heartache. But it's good. I'm glad I was denied. Why? So that I can show you exactly what it's going to take once you're denied to get through this. Now I'm going through it with you. I'm going to call them up tomorrow, and I am going to take you through the process step by step so that you know exactly what you need to do to get approved. It's not a guessing game with me, guys. This is actually going to happen. This is actually what is happening. I'm not telling you what to do. I eat the food I serve. I eat the dishes I make. And I am in this with you. This is a reality TV show. This is not just reading off the cover of a magazine. This is reality TV. So I'm going to go through this denial that they denied me on my increase, and I'm going to go through it with them step by step, the SBA, and we're going to get this approved so that I can go through it with you, and you can get yours approved, because I know you guys need the money out there. I know you do, because I do, and I know we're all Americans here. We're all in the same boat together. So let's get that money, and I'm going to be taking you through it step by step. Ajanya says, T. Carlson, because PPP is payroll for local lender and EIDL is for federal. Brooks Bolton, it's been for months. 4 months for me also on my EIDL loan. See, there you go, Brooks. There we have Darren DiNapoli below us, Brooks, and he was 4 months in on it, and now he's looking good. Darren DiNapoli says, Darren DiNapoli, I'm going to show you some mirror. I don't know why I hid that. It just HJJH and J. Thanks, my brother. Hopefully have it by next week. It was a long road, but I kept on it every day. Over my bank error, they said. He was on it for 4 months. 4 months over a bank error. So there you go, Brooks Bolton. Check out Darren DiNapoli. He was going through it for 4 months over a bank error. And he finally is getting it fixed. Wow, that's a long time to wait to get that fixed. But hey, he's getting it now. Better late than never. And hopefully he can get even more than he was supposed to get in the beginning. Let me ask you that, Darren. Are you getting more than you were going to be getting in the beginning, or are you getting the same amount as you were going to get in the beginning? That's a question I would like to know. The answer I would like to know. Because you waited so long, shouldn't you get a little bit more than they were going to give you in the front end now that you're in the back end of it? Or are they going to give you the same amount that you were approved for in the beginning? Good question. Kevin Dunlap, I made it. Hey, you sure did. Long time no see, Dunlap. At Adobe Care, and I started my business in March 2020, and I got the 1,000 grant, but I was denied. Yeah. So if you were denied, you need to put in a reconsideration letter. That's what we're talking about now, Abood. The reconsideration letters. C. Hassan, do you have any idea what the old lady Nancy Pelosi holding us as hostages? Yeah, she is. Nancy does not want anything good to happen to America until after the election. So that's the tough part about this is a lot of people are being held hostage right now by a crazy old lady. Oh, what a country, huh? Kevin Dunlap got an email saying I was approved, but no amount said. They just need last 3 months bank statements. Okay. When you give them the last 3 months bank statements, hopefully you have that, or you're going to have to draw something up with bank numbers in it, highlight in your bank, and give them the information they need. Good. That's great. Congratulations. That's good news. Miriam Tall, thank you. Thank you for watching. Darren DiNapoli, after I received it, I'm going for my second explaining how long I waited for the first. Put me under even more. See what happens. Okay, yeah, that's it. That's the way to take it, Darren. Cool. Kevin Dunlap, unemployment says 15 weeks before I hear anything because my employer said I quit in May while I was laid off. Huh. Proof but no amount said. Okay. Okay. Unemployment says 15 weeks. Okay, so you're so they need the last 3 months of your bank statements, Kevin. They need the last 3 months of your bank statements for unemployment. Are you talking about unemployment, or are you talking about for a loan? I see. I'm kind of getting it now. So you were approved, but you were collecting unemployment as well, because the PPP is for so you don't collect unemployment. So you would have to get off of unemployment in order to collect the EIDL loan, unless you file separate taxes, unless you had two different forms, one where you were on unemployment and these in a business over here, and another where two different tax forms were being shown, and two different bank accounts. One bank account maybe not collecting unemployment, and another one for that particular purpose only, is what I'm trying to figure out, Kevin. If they need the last 3 months of bank statements and your unemployment says 15 weeks, so if they're going to give you the 15 weeks, or is it that you were on unemployment 15 weeks? I was trying to figure that part out. I hear anything because my employer said I quit in May while I was laid off. Okay, so if you're collecting unemployment, we're talking about unemployment and loan for business. So you do have a side business that you're looking to get the loan for. Is that right? StillwatersModel.com. Hi, it's good to see you. Thank you for showing up. Hope you enjoy our question and answer session here. Hope you enjoy our problems. Oh, no. Hope you enjoy our answers. Hope you enjoy our fixing things. Brooks, wow, thanks, Darren. Yeah. Kevin Dunlap, I got my $3K, but they refused to pay out the rest no matter, and it sucks. Oh, you did? You got $3K, but they refused to pay out the rest. Oh, you got $3K of a grant. That sounds like a grant to me. Unless that was a loan in May. That sounds more of a PPP and a grant than it does, or a grant than it does. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep going. Darren Monopoly, same amount. Plus, I'm not getting my grant even now. I applied on June 25th. They said there's no money left. Okay, you'll get that later, Darren. You'll get that when the stimulus check passes. So that's kind of like money in the bank for later. At least $1,000 per employee. You'll get that later, which is kind of cool. Maybe it's a savings. It sucks. You should have it now, but you'll get it. Abood Karen, I put in a reconsideration letter, and they have requested tax return, which I didn't have a business in 2019. Okay, Abood Karen, that means you would have to probably do a quarterly tax for 2020 to show your business numbers now. And that could take a little bit of time. If you didn't have a business in 2019, that's what they're asking for a reconsideration. So you have to file the 4506 and give them permission to go get your last year's and 2019's taxes. So that's going to be hard to get a reconsideration without 2019 business. If you could show your business profits and losses for up to this date throughout 2020 and say this is all you got, then let them know that this is all you got. But you may have to fill out some quarterlies for them in order to get that loan. And that's a pain in the butt, but it all depends how much you're looking for and if it's worth it. Kevin Dunlap, loan for business. Okay, you're looking to get a loan to start a business or for your business? Long trend. On June 22nd, I got a $10,000 grant deposited in my account, but on the same day, the bank reversed the bank sender because it does not mismatch the name, and I did email SBA on the 23rd and did file for reconsideration, but until today, I haven't received any response from the SBA. You need to call them, long trend. You need to call them and ask them what happened to your $10,000 because that doesn't make any sense. Unless you had gotten like a fintech corporation, because I do know that a lot of money that was put into like a fintechs were like Cash Apps and stuff like that were pulled right back because the Cash Apps and the fintechs were sending it back saying, whoa, wait a minute, this isn't a business, send it back. They were colliding, they were bumping heads with the SBA. Their systems were bumping heads. Not on part of the SBA. But now that the SBA has more, they've gotten closer and more attached to fintechs, it's easier to apply. But you need to be calling them. Here's the numbers. I'm putting the numbers down there, long trim. Call that second number on tier 2. Have your application number ready and call them up and say, hey, if you haven't called them, you should have called them by now. Hopefully you can give them a call and say, hey, I put 10 grand in. And hopefully it wasn't the grant. Hopefully it was a loan, or kind of. If it was the grant, then you'll have to wait until the next stimulus check passes. If it was the loan, then they could probably push that through now. Okay, Dunlap, I have a bank account, yes, to keep it separate. That's good. That's good, Dunlap. If you have a side business and okay, then you're okay there. Then you should be able to keep going forward with that, Dunlap. I don't understand the problem is why you just need to be calling them up as well and telling them, if you approved me, where is it now? 3 was a grant. Okay, I got you. Okay. Well, then you should be good to go. Brooks Bolton is long road, but keep fighting. You'll get it. There we go. There we go. Coming from the man himself, Darren. Stillwater, good. Stillwatersmodel.com. Hi, do they have a minimum amount for PPP loan? How do they determine the amount for a sole proprietor? They determine the amount by the information that you send them on your application. How much money you made, how much money is in your account, how much you're worth, how long you've been a business for. The PPPs are pretty, not strict, but they're pretty by the book. Your number's got to reach a certain level to get here. If you made, say, 40 grand last year, and they're thinking of how much did he pay your business, how many employees did you have. What we're trying to do is keep your employees employed so you don't go on unemployment. We'd rather pay you, $500 a week per employee than give you $600 a week for unemployment, kind of like that. So that's how they kind of figure that out, what your numbers were for your business and the money that you sent, the numbers you send on your application for the PPP loans. That all varies from person to person. That's all individual. Stillwater. Hi, do they have a minimum amount for the PPP loan? No minimum amount on that. No minimum amount. Determine the amount for a sole proprietor. Like I said, it's just like any other business, sole proprietor, independent contract, or business LLCs. It's all the same. It's all by numbers and how much you made, and how much you're worth. Stillwater's model GBU Dunlap 3K was a grant. Sorry. Okay. 3K was the grant. Yeah. Well, you just need to call them up. I got to go back and look up where we began this conversation, Kevin. Hold on. Yeah, so they should be able, if you've got separate forms for your business, Kevin, you should go ahead and do the reconsideration letter and give them as much information. Give them a little bit more information every time, and call them up with your application number and say, I've got this application that I need my money on. And if they're giving more money out, now is the time. Everybody, I just need you to know that now is a time that if you're going to be getting a reconsideration, it's now. It's kind of like right now, unless you want to wait until next year, or wait until Congress figures something out, and that, who knows when that could happen. But if you don't do it right now, it's probably going to be, in another 10 days or so, this is probably going to have to wait for a while, maybe until January or February. Stillwater, Brooks Bolton, keep Roosevelt, keep fighting. And yeah, Kevin, I would suggest that you call them and have your application number ready, and tell them you're going to file a reconsideration letter. Stay on the horn. Keep your face known. Like Darren did. He stuck with it. He kept in front of their faces. Here I am. I'm still here. I'm still here. What's changing? And he kept pushing their buttons until finally, here it is, Darren. Okay, finally. Somebody got and took care of this case. They took care of that, which is good. Way to go, Darren. Way to go. Darren Dinopoli. How do they have a minimum amount for the PPP loan? How do they determine the amount? Told you that one. GBU, 3K, sorry. Kevin Dunlap. Perez, is that true? Is what true? SpeaknsEE gives the number. Ahmed Alary. Ahmed says, a self-employed Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, all kind delivery. The SBA considers that a business. Yes, they do. They do. It is a business. CSM, about the stimulus checks, $1,200 for 7 months? ? They are treating us as slaves. Other countries, poor countries, offering their citizens more money than the first power on the earth. Welcome to the United States. Tell the truth about it. He ain't lying, is he? He's telling the truth. CSM, $1,200 for 7 months, $150 a month. Are we in Salvador? Yeah, I know. It's a shame. I know Trump wanted. If Nancy wasn't on such a hard horse right now, we would have had 2 more stimulus checks. We would have had another one in July, and then we would have had another one in October. We were going to have one in July around the 10th for the next round, and that was going to be $1,200. Now, and then after that one, we were supposed to get another one in October, and it's still not a lot of money. It's only $600 a month, really. But plus for the children, you'll get the $500. And Trump's trying to do the $600 or $1,200 plus $1,000 per child. But anyway, Trump is really pushing for bigger numbers, and Pelosi is pushing for, nothing, because she wants us to suffer so that we have to elect somebody else, which is sad. But, what do you do? Power trips. Anyway, so it's that amazing. Brashawn Waddles. So it's that amazing. Yep, that's amazing. It's pretty cool. Jose Perez, boss, when do I start to pay my SBA loan? Is it true? I have a year till I start payments. Yes, it's supposed to be a year from the time that you get your funds. Yes, that's true. I have heard people say, thank you, Kevin, appreciate it. I have heard people say, and I've had a lot of people, actually, a new one came today. This is a good one, Jose, and said, hey, I just got a PPP loan 2 months ago, and now they're asking, they're accruing interest. It accrues interest, which will be a 1% interest over the first year. You will have to pay interest on that. and she's saying that she's already got papers to start making payments. Does she have to make payments? She can start making payments if she would like. Yes, you can start making payments if they're asking for it, which is weird because we haven't even gotten the forgiveness number for our PPP loan. So for them to take it to be asking for payments without even a forgiveness application number, it's kind of creepy. So what we need to do is we need to wait until the SBA, because here the restrictions are on this PPP loan, people. We got to realize that this PPP loan may be going away. It might just be poof, kind of a disappearing act, as well as the EIDL grant number may not have to be put in there, because if we got an EIDL grant, our EIDL grant takes away from our PPP loan. This might be going away too. They're working on a bill right now. They're working on the PPP loans and trying to, the forgiveness under $50,000, you will be forgiven of all of it, interest and all. They're hoping to do that. But now they're saying, wait a minute, you still might get taxed on it. You may have to put it on your tax returns for 2021, not 2020. Put it on your tax returns for 2021. So you won't be taxed for your PPP in 2020, the COVID year, coronavirus year, which they would alleviate. But you may have to put it on your 2021, which would suck because now you're going to make more money in 2021 and it's going to make you look like you blew up in 2021 when really it was a payment to keep you up in 2020. So they're working on the specifics for the PPP loan and they're saying, hey man, it's getting way out of whack here. We need to start making it forgivable, all of it, taxes and interest for the PPP loans that were under $50,000. So we're trying to keep that $50,000 loan, smaller businesses, which is really little businesses, getting that shake, that will be forgiven of all of it, including the EIDL grant not being put in there, which would be taken away. So get ready. So we really don't want to start making payments on a PPP loan if you've gotten the payment package there. If you've gotten a letter, your payments to make on your PPP loan, then look for that forgiveness for your application number there and file for a forgiveness application before you make any payments. Don't make a payment until you try for forgiveness because your PPP loans should be forgiven completely and totally, especially if you're under $50,000. Now, once you cross that barrier, you may have to pay taxes on or interest on more of that, but hopefully that can be all expunged as well, which is what they're trying to do, guys. This is big. It's big. And that's the part that if we can get this forgiveness number, we can go in for another PPP loan. That's why this stimulus package, once again, we're being held up by the crazy lady. And we would all probably be on our second round of PPP right now as well if the stimulus package had gone through. We need that EIDL grant to go through, EIDL loan to go through, and the PPP to go through because our small businesses are depending on that. The small businesses that are still trying to eke their way out of this COVID-19. Some people have already done it. They've already gotten out, and they're not going to need it. They're not going to need as much money as they did the first round. I get that. That's great. But some of us are still in that area where, look, man, we're still down. We're still way down in the count here. We need to get that money. Anyway, hopefully that helps. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you, Kevin Dunlap, for coming along and hanging out with us again tonight. Hopefully you get to see us again soon, and hopefully more good news from people. And who else do we got? Darren Donopoly, 1 year from when you were approved. Yep, that's correct. Brashawn Waddles, really? Brashawn Waddles, yes. Jose Perez, thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. And Camille Mia. Hey, guys. Hey, Camille. It's good to see you. Darren Donopoly, the PPP's going off your 2019 taxes. Correct. Yes, correct. The PPP is going off your 2019 taxes. That's correct. The information they're going to want from you are your 2019 taxes. You will have to upload that form to them. More than likely, some PPPs lenders will require it. Most, I would say 90% of them. If you find a percent that doesn't, then you found a pretty good PPP lender. And that one might be the one to go with because they're a little easier than the rest. But what they're doing is they're covering themselves because they've got to explain to the SBA, look, this is the information we got. We got all the legitimate information on them. We gave the loan in good faith, and they accepted the loan in good faith, legitimate business, boom, boom, boom. Government pays SBA pays lender gets their extra 5%. They give us forgiveness, and everybody goes home happy. The way it's supposed to be. It was a peace-filled plan. It was supposed to be a peace-filled plan. Anyway, I hope we got all of our questions answered tonight. Is there anybody else that has a question, or am I off the hook? Is that it? Darren, once again, man, I am psyched for you. Congratulations on getting that, finally getting it. Jose Perez, I have my brother, wants to apply for the SBA. How should I tell him to go about it? And thank you. If you want to apply, just go to the website, SBA.gov, EIDL loans, and type in EIDL loans. Go to SBA.gov and type in EIDL loan. Tell your brother just to go there and apply. And it's real simple. You just go to SBA.gov, and then you'll go to COVID-19 EIDL, the disaster loan program, and you can apply on there. Simple. CWC Group fan. Will they forgive the EIDL loan already? Got a bill for it. The EIDL loan, as of now, is not forgivable. The EIDL loan, as of now, is we got to pay it back. You already got a loan. You already got a bill for it. That's early to get the EIDL loan, but you don't have to start paying until you first received the loan, a year from the date that you received it. It's not forgiven yet. They are talking about forgiveness of that loan. We'll pay it off. We'll pay the minimum on it as it goes. It may be forgiven at the beginning of next year. We don't know. But as of right now, no, the EIDL is not. The EIDL is not forgiven. Will it be forgivable? I think so. I think most of us out there believe that the EIDL loans will be forgiven. It's a political move to do. It's the right thing to do for them. But you don't have to start paying until a year late, until the first year. So you still got time. See Hassan, Trump is talking about nonsense. If he was honest, offer 2.2T and use all of your power to get Americans bigger checks. Big money, blah, 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 as you keep promising us. Yeah, he talks a lot. He talks a big game. They all do. Jose Perez, thank you very much. Samir, we have to start a revolution, not making payments. Ha! Yeah, I don't know how well that would work. I still like the idea of the crying pictures, though. Any other business help out there? Yeah, usually there's a lot of CPAs out there, but there's no really live business help that you can really find without, jumping into your wallet. But sometimes it's worth hiring a CPA if you have to do that. As far as this goes, would be hiring a CPA in order to deal with an 18-year-old behind the phone trying to get our loan for us. But anyway, hopefully this helps, guys. Thanks for all your questions. It's good to see some good stories out there, some hope that was brought to us. Thank you, Darren, for bringing that. And once again, I will be calling the SBA again tomorrow and getting some answers on the increase modifications for round 2 of the EIDL, why I was declined, why I was denied, and we will reconsider again, and I will take you through it step by step so that we can get approved. Dimitri Williams, I applied for the loan in August, and I got the loan, but I didn't get the grant. Will I still get the grant? If you applied in August, they're not subject to give it to you, no. After July 11th, they have no promissory notes, or it's not in paper written down that they need to be giving you the loan. Will you get it? I don't think so. That's the truth. After July 10th or July 11th, you're not, you didn't fit into the category of receiving the grant. Can you still get it? Will they come back and say, hey, we're giving the loan out to those of you who were late on it, who didn't get it? Maybe. I don't want to take the hope of maybe away, but if we're having a hard time enough of getting it now for the people who were eligible before the July 11th, before the funds run out, because in the bill, it had said in the bill, in the EIDL, this program will end as soon as funds are exhausted. And they come back and they said, the funds are exhausted. The program has ended for the grants, for the EIDL grants. So the $50 billion that they're bringing back out there was supposed to be allocated for the people who didn't receive it the first round, or the EIDL grants that didn't receive it the first round or before the 11th of July. Will they extend that or give a bigger number, a bigger chunk of change to the new EIDL grant? Maybe, but no. As of right now, it sits no. If you did it in that late, you would not get a grant. Sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the truth will set us free. Dimitri Williams, that was for you. Okay, and Stillwater, thank you. Do you think S4227 is dead, or do we still have a chance for our 10,000? The S4227, I believe, it's out. It's still out there. There's a lot of bills like the S4227 out there, even some with more support than the S4227. There's a $25,000 EIDL grant that is similar to it, that is saying that you will be getting a grant. But it's not the S4227 that sticks that's the dagger here to Congress. It's the bill that they passed in the CARES Act, which is Bill Section 1110 in the CARES Act, which says that we were supposed to get the EIDL grant. S4227 wasn't there. S4227 is a hopeful. If they come back and sign S4227, then yeah, we have to give them that money. That's what S4227 would do. There's other bills out there, the S4361, I think it is, that they would have to give us $25,000. But I think the S4227 is dead. I don't think the S4227 is going to have the legs to keep going. But because we tried already, we've already tried all we could to push it, and as we did, we only got 2 more people on the senators, 2 more people to jump on. When it started with 5, now there's 7, and that's not good. But I do believe that the section still stands in the CARES Act, Section 1110 in the CARES Act, which ties them and binds them to them giving us our $10,000, which is what we need to stick to. We need to stick to the CARES Act, which was signed by over 500 Congress and senators, a nonpartisan. Everybody signed it. Nobody nayed it. It was all yayed all the way across. Yes, you're getting $10,000. Eligible business, $10,000. It's in there. So that's what we need to stick to. I think that the section S1110 is not dead. I think that section 1110 is alive and kicking. S4227, I believe, is dead. But S1110 is just as powerful as S4227. Dunlap, never give up. Hi, Hassan. I said, brother, if this president was honest, he'll offer Nancy $2.2 trillion and push for bigger checks. Yeah, Nancy's got some crazy stuff in the bill, though. He doesn't want to be given all that money to the Green Act and to the Section HR, the Trace Act, Bill HR. Is it HR? Yeah, Bill HR 6666, the Trace Act. If you read that one, Hassan, it's a crazy bill, and they want $100 billion for it. I'm with the president on that. I don't want to see that bill go through either, because I like my freedom even more than I like money. So that would take away all of our freedom. I'd rather have my freedom and take a little less money this year. Dimitri, thank you. Thank you, brother. Rose Johnson, I got a loan from the SBA. Have to start. No, one second. There we go. J-Dub, you came on. You're an idiot. Here we go. Rose Johnson, thank you for... Rose Johnson says, I got a loan from SBA. I have to start paying on July. Do you think all these loans will be forgiven now? I didn't get it on... Okay, you got an SBA loan. I have to start paying in July. Do you think all these loans will be forgiven now? I didn't get an EIDL grant. I did apply for Lowe's one, never heard back. Yeah, the Lowe's one was a tough one. So many people got onto that Lowe's one. Do I think you'll have to pay it back? As far as the EIDL loan goes, yeah, I think. Well, right now we know we have to pay it back, and it's a very small amount. Or depending on how much you got. Do I think? I think there's going to be forgiveness for it. I don't think the forgiveness is going to come with this next stimulus package. It's not in there. But I do see that coming with the next round of politicians coming through in 2021, because they're going to be looking hard at that EIDL, the 500 and how much was actually used, $400 billion in EIDL loans that they gave out. And they're going to be wanting more votes, of course. How do you get more votes? You forgive the loans. So yeah, I do believe that the loans are going to be forgiven that we got for the EIDL to a certain extent. I don't think if you got a $2 million loan, I don't think they'll forgive all of it. Maybe most of it and pay the taxes on it. With our loans, I do believe that they will be forgiven mostly, but maybe pay the taxes on it. So that's how I feel about that right now. But I will pay it like I promised I would, but I do believe it's going to be forgiven. Yeah. I think most of the experts out there are thinking on the same lines as it's a political stunt to get more votes, and the politicians are going to have to forgive the EIDL loan in order to increase their chances of winning on another election. It's political, obviously. But yes, I do, Rose. T. Carlson, see us on. There's way too much garbage in the $2.2 trillion proposal that would keep Americans paying for years in mismanaged funds. I agree with T. Carlson on that. I do agree. And I think there's a lot of freedoms that we would lose as well. Darren Denopoli, I had to re-sign on new documents today. So does that mean I received it in October and the documents I signed in June is dead? So that means I'm not eligible for the grant money now? That's one I would like to know, Darren Denopoli. I believe you will be. After what you've gone through and what you've gone through with them, hopefully they are going to say, hey, here's the... Because we know there's still a few funds in there for the EIDL. Now, it is exhausted, and that does mean the program is closed. So with this new... That's a good question there, Darren. That I guess you're going to find out, and you're going to let us all know. Because you know that... You will know that answer next week better than I will. But I am thinking that you're right, that they will not give you the EIDL grant for that. I hope I'm wrong. Jan, next year. Rose Robinson, Jan, next year when it starts paying back. Yeah, when you first get your loan, say I got mine in March, I got to start paying mine back in March. Hopefully it'll be forgiven by then, but if it's not, I'll pay it back until it does get forgiven. Jose Perez, W messing with us up for MM. Hi, yes, great job, sir. Thank you, Life Media Pro. Hello, Harry Balasek. Kiwi Torres, hi. Hello, Jose Perez. Thank you, brother, for staying on. Yes, sir. I'm glad. If any more questions are out there, can I go? Am I free to go? Am I free to leave? Getting hot in here. Okay. Did you get the message I sent you? Long Tran, no, I did not. I did not get the message you sent me. What were you having? What question was it? Or did I? If I didn't respond to you, I probably didn't get it yet. See us on. Some people are saying if we love USA, we must vote for this man. Otherwise, he'll get this beautiful country in trouble, either by launching war against China or giving the green light for his followers. Don't know. Not sure about that. I try to stay out of the political stuff. You know, I cast my vote and I just leave it at that. I'm old school with that. I don't really get too political with the people. I just know Nancy Pelosi's holding it back. If she would just chill. Kevin Dunlap, some respect people, some need help. Amy Moore, hey, are there grants still available? There's grants everywhere, Amy. There are grants right now that are going more through the state level. You're going to find grants more in the state level than you will in the federal level. If you were to go, Amy Mooner, if you were to go online or on your phone or on your computer and type in a search engine, type in your county and type in grants. Say you live in Acapulco County, Florida. Type in Acapulco County, Florida grants in the search engine. And you can get grants on a state level. Now, if you're a business owner, type in Acapulco County, Florida business grants. And go into your county, because there's still grants out there. There's a lot of them. And that the state, they're giving off on the state level. Not so much in the federal reserves, but in the states. Like I heard Florida just got a whole bunch of money from the feds. And I believe there was another state out there. Was it Oregon? they just got a pretty decent amount for funding as well. So go into your county that you're in and type in grants for such and such. And you can find certain grants that are just unbelievable, really, and not really hard to get. A little harder than the EIDL was. The EIDL was pretty simple. We just put in a simple application for it. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I am going to let you all go. Thumbs up, like, and subscribe. I will get back to you all. Tomorrow I will be calling the SBA, like I said, and I will get more information on this second round as to why I was denied, and I will be taking you through the slow-moving process of reconsideration, increase, modification for your EIDL loans. Rose Johnson, please apply for the Comcast RISE grant. Also, RISE and Thrive business grants. There you go. Thank you for that information, Rose. We really appreciate that. Anybody and as well, this is a great avenue with everybody here. Thank you so much, because you're all going through this together, and we all have great information that we can give to one another and keep feeding off of each other's experiences, so that we can help each other through as we go along. We can keep helping each other through all of this together as the American people. We will win this battle. We will rise up, and we will defeat the virus. And hang in there, guys. God bless you, and have a blessed night. Thank you. Annoying, but we think it's a shame. We all find time to chat and go live and get with the House and Senate on the phone and online. We even tweet the press when we feel like we're stuck on Bill S4227. We'll say you're out of luck, but I think that it's time that they hear our voice, and then we say it louder because it's our choice. We say, hey, we want a 10K. Okay, that's good. Okay, I can't.